Guys, we got a big noise complaint today. We got a big noise complaint. Well, a couple days ago, right?
Yeah.
Greeley came over and we were hanging out. We watched Dave Chappelle's comedy special. Amazing.
Yep.
One of the best specials I've ever seen, I thought. And then afterwards, Greeley went to have a cigarette because he is Greeley. And he stood outside the front of the house and he was talking. Now, the way our street's structured is, for whatever reason, noise in the street just travels. Now, it's only 8 p.m. and it's on a Friday night, so we're not too worried about noise. But we are in the wankiest suburb in Tasmania.
And we are talking about some heinous shit.
Oh, yeah. We're talking about some pretty horrific stuff. What was being discussed? I can't really remember.
We were talking about some guy he met in prison. And
Yeah.
the crimes he used to do.
Yeah, not the crimes Greeley used to do, the crimes that the guy he met in prison used to do.
Yeah.
And he was in Mac, so it was not a nice conversation at all. And it was quite loud. And Greeley's out there having a cigarette. And, dude, whenever Greeley comes to our suburb, he's been here a few times now,
Yeah.
right? You haven't walked around with him. I've walked around the suburb with him a couple of times now. And every single person in our suburb who looks at Greeley is disgusted that he's anywhere near them. I was walking past the fancy French bakery, right? And there's this guy walking his $6,000 designer dog,
Yeah.
right? Just worth more than me and Greeley combined, this fucking dog. Probably smarter too.
Yep.
And he looks at Greeley and then sees like a guy. He looks at Greeley, who is a man in a hoodie with a hood up, smoking a cigarette with a walking stick,
Wearing only trackies.
with a face tattoo. And the look he gave Greeley was like, I assume, the look he would give someone when they suggested that he adopt a dog from the pound. Ugh. A commoner dog? Disgusting. I want to spend $6,000 on a dog that all of its siblings died because the mother is inbred. That's the type of industry I want to support. Yuck. Not some poor little dog that just needs a loving home. Euthanize that guy. I want the expensive designer dog.
Facts. Euthanize the dogs at the pound. Now!
Because that's what a dog should be. A flex.
Euthanized.
Well, yeah, that's what a poor person's dog should be. Put down. All right? Everyone's, dogs, all this nonsense about dogs being companions or members of the family or loving things that bring light into your home, that's bullshit. What a dog really should be is a flex.
Did
like a
you see
Gucci handbag.
The puppy that was here when we came over,
Expensive dog.
very small.
Yeah.
Size of the coffee cup.
Yeah, definitely a design. It was like blue. You ever seen a fucking blue dog and you're like,
Yeah.
man, that shit's money.
But speaking of dogs from the pound, so I go on RSPCA a lot to just look at dogs
Why?
because I want one.
But doesn't it just make you sad?
No,
Because you can't adopt them?
because I'm quite a selfish guy.
Right.
So I look at them and go, "Oh, ugly." And,
yeah, okay.
And it made me really sad when Jazz adopted that cat, and
Yeah.
she goes like, "Oh, if you don't adopt them within a week, they get put down."
Yeah, pretty much.
So I've always gone, "Yuck, ugly dog," and
Yeah.
just realised that hundreds of dogs I've called ugly are now dead.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah, and that brightens your day up a little bit.
No, it doesn't brighten my day, but also ugly dog.
I reckon we should start doing that with ugly people. Although, then there wouldn't be anyone left in Tasmania.
No.
So anyway, Greeley's at our house talking about just some fucking horrid shit that this other guy in prison did to some poor people, right? and then this old guy from across the street, like super old, comes out to like complain about the noise, and he takes 3 steps outside of his house. Greeley turns around and then he just goes back in his house. Doesn't say anything. Greeley didn't say anything. Greeley's a really nice guy, but he doesn't look like one. So Greeley just turns around and the guy just poos his pants and goes back in the house.
The man's wearing slippers and a purple dressing gown.
Oh,
'Cause I was in
no.
the doorway. I noticed him, so I walked out with Greeley
Yeah.
and poked my head around the bush we've got.
Yeah.
And then I waved. I said hello, and the guy didn't say anything and just turned around and walked back inside. Greeley looks at his watch and goes, "It's 8 p.m.
which the guy definitely would have been able to hear. It's 8 p.m. What? I can't talk about my mate killing people at 8 p.m. in the richest suburb in Tasmania with a face tat and a cigarette. I can't talk about heinous crimes committed against innocents. What is this? Prison? Used to be. Right.
This place used to be a colony.
Yeah, a prison colony. There's a big gun, a big cannon behind us. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you should be able to. Big, massive cannon, right? And I, as a joke, I needed to wee. I'm like, I'm going to go piss on the cannon. And Keelan goes, don't, that's disrespectful. And I went, yeah, I'm obviously joking. I would never piss on a cannon, all right?
Well,
No, I would never piss on a war monument. What am I, a fake tradie in high-vis? Right? So I go, I'm going to piss on the war memorial. He goes, don't, that's disrespectful. And then as I walk past it to go and wee on the trees, I see that some Tasmanian has already beaten me to it. And on the cannon, they've graffitied fucking bang. I just think that's so funny that that's not at someone's tag. That's not someone's name. He doesn't want any notoriety. He just thinks it's quite funny to go fucking bang. It's raining a lot now. So anyway, noise complaint update.
Did you get the note?
What?
Did you bring the note with you?
Yeah, I did. It's in the car.
Oh, good. Of
Right.
course.
Yeah, which is really useful for this episode, considering we're going to talk about it. The next morning, I get a text from Rosie. I'm in bed. She's downstairs, and she goes, "The old man's trying to get in the house." And so I come down. I'm like, "Am I going to have to put an 80-year-old man in hospital? Because I will." Absolutely, right? So she's like, "Oh, he's trying to come into the house." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" And then I come in, Rosie's all freaked out, and then I open the door to go and yell at the guy, and then I notice there's a little note underneath the door. So he wasn't trying to get in, he was just trying to pass a note underneath the door. And then it's like a card, right? Like a birthday card size thing. And I open it up, and it's like 6 paragraphs of cursive writing, and I went, oh fuck, here we go. And I read it, and it was, man, the loveliest note I've ever read in my life. Really sweet.
Really sad.
Really nice, really sad. He explained a few things going on at home, and he just said, I know you guys are new, not sure if you're aware, but the sound travels directly into everyone's house. So if you're talking out the front of your house, the whole street can hear it. Really lovely. And he's like, I don't mean any offense by this, so I really hope you don't take any, because that's not my intention. And then he invited us to church. So I've thrown a rock through his window with my response. And it says, fuck you, old man.
There's like a paragraph that talks about how lots of people walk down the street
Yeah.
when they're walking down to the city and they make lots of noise.
Yeah.
And then I realized that that's you and me screaming, I'm gay, whenever we're coming home from the gym or swimming. I'm gay!
Yeah, he's gone, he goes something like, I'm sure you've heard at nighttime, often people walking home from the club will be loud. And me and Killer read that and go, that's us. He doesn't know, that's us. Because we'll get over from the gym, we'll get out of the car, and Killer will go, I'm gay! Which is really fucked, because I've actually at 1 a.m. I've been woken up a few times, because I live in the room that's right close to the wall that faces the street. I've woken up multiple times from people just walking down the street, not being loud, just having normal conversations. So you screaming "I'm gay" in the street would just go straight into everyone's bedroom.
Pretty good.
It is pretty good, isn't it?
The raining should stop. I see some blue, so give it 10 minutes
that's
and
good.
it
It
should
is
stop.
passing, isn't it? I hope it's passing. I'm fucking freezing. So anyway, I saw the old man today.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And I apologized, and he was really nice.
Yeah, well, I say good morning to him every morning.
Yeah. Keelan's got this thing going where he says good morning to every person, which definitely started as a joke, but
And
now
now
has just become his passion.
I really like it, and I get upset if people don't respond.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but everyone responds.
Everyone.
The woman with the designer dog said good morning to us unprompted.
Yeah.
When I went to the gym this morning without you because you're lazy, a woman
Hey.
said, what?
That's not true.
What do you mean?
Not lazy.
Where were you?
In bed.
Lazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, lazy behavior. Well, what?
You didn't come swimming 3 times last week with me.
That's because I was working hard. on other things.
Asleep in the middle of the day.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, okay, whatever, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, who cares? Now, Keelan says hello to the old man in the street.
Good
Normal.
morning.
He says good morning. Normal good morning, just like everyone else. And I've been really amused by everyone saying good morning, hello, hi. This man just fucking suplexed Keelan. Just alphaed him, big dogged him. Most alpha energy thing I've ever seen. Keelan goes, good morning. And he goes, and a fantastic one at that. Good morning to you. Really loud.
He's a nice guy.
He's very theatrical. When
Yeah.
I saw him, I said, oh, hey, we're in this one. Sorry for being loud. We didn't realize that it goes into your house. We knew. 100% we knew. Right? In fact, we thought it was quite humorous that Greeley was telling horrific tales of just heinous shit that had landed this man in prison.
The idea of tormenting him and having him and his wife up in the middle of the night terrified amuses me. It does, though.
It is.
It's funny. That reminds me of my grandparents.
Yeah. What, tormenting your grandparents?
No, just I know what their reaction to that would be.
Man, it would be fucking horrifying if he gives me the vibe of like a guy who's always had money and he's lived in a nice place his whole life. The idea of just hearing just this, so anyway, this happened and that happened and they got really hurt and that's why he's in prison. But while he was in prison, he did this, which is really bad.
Yeah.
And just the idea of that going directly into some 81-year-old man's bedroom is pretty funny while he puts on his purple dressing gown to complain about the noise and then pussy out. As he should, to be honest. That's street smart stuff. Anyway.
Let me just give a wipe down of the camera.
Oh, yeah, the camera's getting very wet. I'll tell this story with two mics. So, it's getting quite wet. I wonder if this story is going to sound twice as good if I tell it with two microphones. So, I say good morning to the guy and I apologize. And he's super theatrical. He goes, that's absolutely no worries. I just wanted to let you know that whenever you talk outside the front of your house, it goes directly into my house. Like he was performing. He was talking like he was some kind of magician. And he was wearing like a great, old man hat. You know those old cunts in hats? Gave me the vibe of what I'll be when I'm 80. Like I'll still be dressing how I dress when I'm 80. That's what he's doing. He's wearing a nice houndstooth jacket. And then, at the end of his letter, he invited us all to church. So, we're not going, but it is a nice gesture. And that's just how old the guy is. He's like, invite the new people to church. He's 81. What a king. I'm honestly surprised, judging by the stories that Greeley told, that he didn't just die hearing them.